Life has a way of teaching us powerful lessons when we least expect it. Some of these lessons can completely reshape the way we think, act, and even plan for the future. Today, we're diving into 5 personal lessons that transformed lives, focusing on areas like finance, patience, and decision-making. Whether you're a student, a young professional, or someone looking to make wiser choices, these lessons can set you on a path to lasting success. So, without further ado, let's begin. Lesson 1. Delayed gratification is key. One of the most crucial lessons in personal growth is understanding the power of delayed gratification. This concept involves resisting the temptation of immediate rewards in favor of more significant benefits that come with time. It's a principle widely recognized in investing. For example, consider the stock market. The longer you hold on to your investments, whether for 10, 30, or even 50 years, the greater your returns are likely to be. Financial experts often emphasize the importance of not withdrawing from your savings or retirement accounts too soon. The longer your money remains invested, the more it compounds, and the more substantial your retirement savings will be. Delayed gratification goes beyond just investing. It's essential in everyday life as well. A practical rule to follow is, if you can't buy it twice, don't buy it. This means if you're contemplating a purchase, like a $500 gaming console, but the idea of spending $1,000 on it feels uncomfortable, you might not be in a strong enough financial position to make that initial purchase. This approach helps control spending and encourages more thoughtful decision-making. This principle also applies to major life decisions, such as choosing a career path. If you're tempted by a job that offers a higher salary but doesn't align with your long-term goals, it's worth considering whether the short-term gain is worth it. Taking a step back and envisioning your future 10 or 20 years ahead can help you determine if the immediate reward is worth the potential long-term impact. Combining delayed gratification with long-term thinking sets the stage for lasting success and financial stability. Lesson 2. Track the big 3 numbers. Navigating personal finance can feel overwhelming, but focusing on 3 essential numbers can make it much simpler: your expenses, savings rate, and net worth. Keeping track of these figures and making gradual improvements can significantly impact your financial future. Start with your expenses. Fixed costs, such as housing, transportation, and insurance, should ideally account for no more than 50 to 60% of your income. If these costs exceed 60%, you might face difficulty saving or covering other expenses. For discretionary spending like dining out or entertainment, establish a monthly limit. For instance, if your discretionary budget is $1,500, aim to spend no more than $750 by the middle of the month. If you find yourself spending more than this by the 15th, adjust your spending for the rest of the month to stay within your budget. Next, monitor your savings rate. Aim to save at least 10% of your income, gradually increasing this percentage as you progress. Keeping an eye on your savings rate ensures that saving remains a priority and helps you accumulate funds more effectively as your income grows. Finally, regularly assess your net worth, which is calculated by subtracting your liabilities, like debts, from your assets, like savings and property. This number provides a clear snapshot of your financial health and progress over time. By reviewing your net worth periodically, you can see how much you've grown and identify areas needing improvement. Tracking these 3 numbers not only simplifies financial management, but also gives you the tools to enhance your financial stability and achieve long-term goals. Lesson 3. Keep your investments simple. Simplicity in investing often leads to better results. Many investors think that diversifying their portfolios with numerous ETFs and stocks will safeguard their investments, but this approach can sometimes backfire. Over-diversification may lead to unnecessary complexity and reduced returns. For instance, investing in multiple ETFs that have overlapping holdings can dilute the benefits of diversification. Consider 2 ETFs, the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, VOO, and the Vanguard Midcap Value ETF, VOE. While VOO covers the top 500 large-cap companies, VOE focuses on mid-cap stocks. However, 92.1% of VOE's holdings are already included in VOO. This overlap means that owning both ETFs might not provide additional diversification. Instead, it might complicate your investment strategy without offering much extra benefit. A more effective approach is to focus on a few well-chosen investments. A single broad-based index fund, such as an S&P 500 ETF, can provide comprehensive exposure to a wide range of companies and industries. This strategy simplifies your investment process and often yields competitive returns. Historically, a simple investment strategy has outperformed many complex ones. For example, an S&P 500 index fund has beaten the majority of actively managed funds over the past 15 years, according to S&P Global. By sticking to a straightforward investment plan, you reduce the risk of mistakes, minimize stress, and can focus on other important aspects of your financial life. The key takeaway is to avoid overcomplicating your investments. A streamlined approach not only simplifies management, but also helps you stay on track with your long-term financial goals. Lesson 4. Be cautious with depreciating assets. Purchasing items that lose value quickly, such as cars, electronics, or designer clothing, can strain your finances more than you might expect. These depreciating assets can be particularly problematic if they are financed with borrowed money. When you take out a loan to buy something that decreases in value, you're paying interest on an asset that's steadily losing worth. For example, consider buying a new car for $30,000. Over the next few years, its value might drop to $15,000. If you finance this purchase, not only are you dealing with the depreciation of the car, but you're also paying interest on a loan for something that's decreasing in value. This means you're losing money in two ways, through the asset's depreciation and the loan's interest payments. The same principle applies to other depreciating assets, such as high-end electronics or luxury items. If you buy a $2,000 smartphone that's worth $500 after 3 years, you've lost $1,500 in value, plus any interest if it was financed. Additionally, the hassle of selling such items, often with little return on investment, can be frustrating. To avoid these pitfalls, prioritize purchases that retain value or are necessary, and avoid financing depreciating assets. Instead, consider saving up for these items or opting for less expensive alternatives. By being cautious with spending on items that lose value, you can protect your financial health and make more prudent financial decisions. Lesson 5. The power of saving early. Finally, while investing is essential, saving early on is even more crucial. Many people believe that building wealth relies heavily on high returns from investments. However, when just starting out, aggressive saving often has a bigger impact. Your first $100,000 is likely to come more from saving diligently than from investment returns. Consider this scenario. If you save $13,300 annually for 6 years with a 7.5% annual return, you'll end up with approximately $101,000. Surprisingly, 77% of that total comes from your own savings, not the investment returns. Even with a higher return rate of 10%, if you save $10,000 each year, it will still take 7 years to reach around $104,000, with 67% of that amount being your savings, rather than investment gains. This example highlights the significant role savings play in the early stages of wealth building. Initially, saving is more important than the returns you earn on those savings. Once you have a solid base, your money starts to grow exponentially due to compound interest. The earlier and more consistently you save, the more substantial your financial growth will be. Consistency, discipline, and patience are key. Regularly setting aside money, even in small amounts, can lead to substantial growth over time. Each dollar saved today can compound into much more in the future. By focusing on saving early and diligently, you lay a strong foundation for long-term financial success, proving that the journey to financial security often starts with a commitment to saving. These 5 lessons can truly transform your life. They provide a solid foundation for making better decisions, building wealth, and achieving financial freedom. Remember, the path to success is often about making small, consistent changes over time. If you found these lessons valuable, Don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to our channel to stay updated with more tips and insights. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in our next video.